Hi, this is Karin from the Huntley Library, and today I'm going to be showing you how you can make your very own tattoo sleeves. These can be worn on your arms or your legs, and it's a easy and pain-free method of giving yourself a tattoo that doesn't involve drawing on yourself with any kind of markers or henna or any permanent way. And this is what they look like. So that is what we'll be making. Let's get started. These are the supplies that you're going to need in order to make your tattoo sleeve. First, you're going to need a nylon stocking. This is just a knee-high, and you can buy these in bulk, so you can have a whole bunch of them if you want to make numerous tattoo sleeves. And they come in different colors too, so this could match your skin tone, or you could get something lighter so that the design shows up more easily, or you could get something white or pastel. They come in all kinds of different colors, so that's sort of up to you what color you want to get. I wouldn't recommend anything too opaque, like if you have a tight, just because you might not be able to see through it when you're tracing your design onto the nylon. So this is what we're going to start with, and then you can use this, you can put it on your arm or your leg, and if you're doing that on your arm at least, you might want to cut off the toe at some point so that you can get your hand through and still be able to use it. So that's your nylon. I'm going to use a Pringles can for tracing my design because it's really easy to slip the nylon over that, and then it's round like your arm or your leg, so it mimics that round surface or the curved surface of your limb. And you're going to need some tape to tape your design on. You're going to need a design that can be either something that you've drawn yourself or something that you've maybe printed out. I'm going to use this botanical one. I like the little flower here. And then that just gets taped to your Pringles can or your other cylindrical can, or a cardboard tube might work as well if it's a little bit bigger. Maybe one for wrapping paper. And then I have some tape to tape that on, and then some markers for when I'm going to do my tracing. I recommend a fine point marker like this one. Sharpie also makes fine point markers. This is just one that I happen to have at home, especially if you have a lot of detail like this design does. You can also have different colors of markers too if you want to color in your design. I like the black and white for this really complicated design, so I think I'm just going to stick with a black marker for that. If you don't have a rounded cardboard tube of any kind to trace on, you can also use just like a flat piece of cardboard that's, this one's pretty stiff. I can't bend this very easily. So you can stretch your nylon stocking around that, and hopefully the stocking won't move too much because it's big enough to prevent that. So this is another thing you could use at home if that's all you have. Okay. I think it's easier to trace a design once it's on a piece of paper, but if you're feeling brave, you can always draw directly onto your nylon stocking and to make your tattoo sleeve. That's totally fine. But this way you probably have fewer opportunities to make mistakes. So I've just got it wrapped around the tube here, and then I'm going to turn it on the side and use some tape to tape it down. I had my tape in place already. Okay, so now that that's on there, put the tape off to the side. We just need to stretch the stocking over it. So I'm going to start from the bottom and go up. And you can reposition the stocking depending on where you want your design to fall. So this is about in the middle. And then you're ready to start tracing. So I got my little fine tip marker. And the thing with drawing on the nylon is that it's stretchy, so it moves, or it can move around a lot. So you want to be careful that your design is matching up with your markings. And that might require you to not press as hard as you might normally when you draw. I'm just doing real light, sort of almost brush strokes with this to get it on there. And I was very surprised at how nicely this turned out when I was finished with it. And you can see, you'll be able to see where the ink is going through, and then just make sure that that is lined up with your design. You probably do not want to move it around like I'm doing right now. I just wanted to show you what it looks like. So just keep tracing. This, depending on the complexity of your design, this part can take a really long time to trace, or if you're just drawing it freehand, or you have a simpler design, that might not take quite as long. Okay, now we're gonna jump ahead and I'll show you what it looks like when it is complete. My in-progress design is still on the can here, but I had done one a little bit earlier, and this is what it looked like when I took it off. I recommend using a brand new marker, or one that you know has lots of ink left, because that will make your job a whole lot easier. So that's what it looks like on the nylon, and then slip that on so you can see what it looks like when you actually put it on. And then this is what it looks like when you're wearing it, and then you can adjust it to wherever you want your tattoo to be. These are great for costumes, or if you just want to try out different designs and you don't want to make them permanent. This is a fun way to do it. And these are washable too. Do use permanent marker when you're making these, otherwise your sweat could cause them to bleed, or if you do want to wash them, the water-based markers will probably wash right out or not leave the same kind of definition and detail that you put in when you drew them. All right. I made another one too based on Alice in Wonderland design. I had a coloring book, so I did this image right here of Alice and the White Rabbit, and that one turned out really nicely too. So you can see Alice right there, and then the rabbit right there. And this was all just tracing. So I thought that one turned out pretty well as well. All right, and that's it. That's pretty easy to do. I hope you have fun with this craft. I had fun making these, and they're definitely fun to wear. Thanks for making tattoo sleeves with me today. I hope you had a good time. For more fun activities and craft ideas, you can check out our website, www.huntleylibrary.org. Hope you had a great time. Thanks.